What's up, Taurus? Welcome back to your reading. Let's see what is coming in for you around this time. What's good with you? Okay, I'm using the Moonchild Tarot. So we have the Page of Wands coming through. What else? What else has been going on here? Wow, the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. This feels like you are... It's almost like without any drama, you're just telling people how it is. You're speaking your truth from a place of independence. As in like, okay, you can't really tell this to me. This is how I like to do it. And this is, you know, my life, my free will, and my freedom. You know, that's the type of energy that I'm getting. You're being quite lighthearted about it. Maybe you're doing it by joking it, but you're really not making like a dramatic point when it comes to certain people or situations in your life. You're just like, that's how I view it, that's how I see it, and I don't need to further explain myself because this is my life. This is how I do it. This is my business. This is my, you know, I'm the ruler. You know, I like this. This is like a very straightforward attitude of someone that is entering a phase full of abundance, full of clarity, as well as your own path. Okay, like this is you traveling your own path and not really explaining anyone how it's, you know, how it should be. So this lets me kind of like know that maybe you were dealing with certain people that were trying to dictate your life or dictate how you should think or how you should feel or how you should react to a certain situation. Is like, no, this is not the way it is. But the way that you're doing it is just like almost comedic, you know, like it's just like comedy. So it's like, you know, just with like a little bit of sarcasm on it, or, you know, you're not, it's not like you're not taking your life or yourself or your independence seriously. It's more like you're just laughing at it, you know, like that's the type of energy that I'm getting. Please let me know. This is a very sacred and special tarot deck to me, but I haven't been using it for like a lot of years, actually. So they do tend to give like a little bit extra spiritually. So let's see, what else? What is the present energy for you? What is the present energy? Oh, no. No. And it's like everything has a price to it, right? Like these type of behavior does have a price tag to it. It has some sort of sacrifice to it. That's what I'm getting, right? Like you start your present energy with the Five of Pentacles, which is like feeling a little bit abandoned, feeling like misunderstood, feeling like things are not going the way that you want. But like the Five of Pentacles is more like a little bit retreating into your own bubble and questioning yourself. Like, okay, is it me? Like, shouldn't I have said that? Maybe I said it in the wrong way. Now I'm losing certain people. And it's like the Four of Pentacles coming next to it in your heart is saying like, you are kind of like withholding right now, right? Like you are like being cautious. You're not trying to reveal too much of yourself. And maybe there are times where you feel alone and when you feel, because when you are independent, like the Nine of Pentacles, or you are doing what you want, it simply means that you don't have the support always, right? Like, or you don't have people that could really be helping you out too. So everything has like their sacrifice, right? Being overly independent is the sacrifice is that you don't resonate with a lot of people that lack the discipline in it. So this is just a phase. I mean, like we need to go through the motions of it. That's the Five of Pentacles. And sometimes it's true, but sometimes it's a victimhood mentality as well, or allowing misery to love company, so to speak. And then the King of Swords comes after it, and it's like, if you look at it from a more logical perspective, you know that this is the sacrifice as well of being the truth speaker, of being the one that follows their own path, follows their own free will, and is not allowing the social energies or other people to dictate how they feel or what they need to do. And that's the mental energy of the King of Swords. Okay, so yeah, sure, you could have your emotions feeling like that, right? Like it's very normal, go through the motions, but at the same time, try to be also clear on things, right? Like that's the King of Swords. Try to balance things out. You're not completely stranded, right? Like just focus on all the things that you've built here in your recent past, and understand that every offer has a sacrifice too, you know, and not in a bad way. It's just more like, you know, that's just life, you know, that's just life. What's coming in for Taurus? I like that. We've got the 8 of Wands coming in for you. Ooh, the 2 of Cups. Look at that. Now, this kind of like lets me know that even though right now, like in this present moment of the situation, you may feel a sort of abandonment of like people not really understanding you or where you come from or how you speak, how you communicate, and all things like that. At the same time, what I do see is that you are narrowing down people that actually don't resonate with you from a more King of Swords perspective. And that will actually lead you to have a more valuable connections as well as valuable communication with people that truly do respect and recognize your emotions. And that's what you need to be aiming at. Like, yes, you feel this 5 of Pentacles is because you haven't felt or met the 2 of Cups in the way that you are communicating with people. It's like that higher spiritual understanding, the higher balance. And the 2 of Cups is like two people really understanding one another. They don't always have to agree with each other, but they can see it from their perspective without really making like a tantrum about it. And I feel like you've been missing that in that 5 of Pentacles. You know, like you can be surrounded by like 10, 15 people, but you can still feel alone. Or you can, you know, walk your talk and travel alone for, let's say it like that. Like literally you could be wanting to travel alone because the company that you are with will be eventually giving you the experience. You know, sometimes going at places alone could have like a complete different experience than going with people that are not on the same level. You've ever noticed that, right? Like you go somewhere and they have like a different intention of like the vacation, right? Like some people only want to go out and party and sleep through the day and not want to be at the beach. And some people actually want to stay at the beach and, you know, do different things and do some sightseeing. And those elements kind of like clash with each other. And you could feel as lonely as you could, even if you would be with friends. But at the same time, if you would be going alone, you would meet like-minded people that all of a sudden have like a very deep, profound spiritual conversation and can involve into a very spiritual connection too. Yeah, that's yeah, and then we have the 7 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, and still you can maintain your borders on yourself. I don't know why I said your borders. I just felt like that when I saw the 7 of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. It just means that before you fully go into the motion, because we do that as well, right? Like when we have like this very deep spiritual talk with someone, the first glimpse is like, whoa, you know, that they understand the spiritual reality. It doesn't have to be spiritual talk, just like emotional or whatever. But at the same time, you still need to be looking at, okay, is this worth to invest further on? Whether it's a friendship, a relationship, or any type of connection. And eventually there will be progress made, but it's like small little steps. So it's like, don't dive fully into it, which you're not doing. I'm sure, Taurus, from yourself, a little bit more cautious. But it does feel like these type of connections have like a long-term valuable outcome. And then we have the moon at the bottom of the deck, and the moon does really talk about like your own fears or old attachments, old energies that are still subconsciously holding you back. But at the same time, it also is indicating that your intuitive level is rising around this time, and you may need to pay attention to signs, dreams, synchronicities, and things in that nature, and actually do follow your instinct, as well as when it comes to what's it called, like when you have like this energy of like, I shouldn't be going, just listen to that. You know, it's sometimes we try to break that barrier, like, okay, you know, just because I feel like I shouldn't, let me do it just to break that fear. Maybe I'm just like stuck, or maybe I'm just like getting into a depressive mode or an antisocial mode. But at the same time, every time you do go, you're like, man, I had the feeling I shouldn't go. And I feel like you're in this type of like energy. So in the extended, I'm going to check in with your person and their current feelings, because I don't feel like this person really came out. I mean, like, obviously we have the King of Swords and we have the Two of Cups, Eight of Wands. There is going to be communication, but there seems to be like something from the past that is still wanting to reveal itself, and also like your point of view and your judgment on a situation is changing at this point. Okay, like that's what I'm seeing here. There is some sort of awareness or a spiritual awakening that is happening to you at this point. And you know, a lot of people may think that a spiritual awakening is like the hallelujah moment. Sometimes it is like that. Okay, don't get me wrong. I've had like moments, but it usually does come after a period of Five of Pentacles. It's the moment that you really look into certain behavior and certain shadows and certain, certain patterns in your life, and it usually brings you to a little bit of like a darker place, and then the judgment comes with a whole revelation, and that's when you kind of like lift yourself back up. So if you are interested in getting a little bit deeper with me, then you can either become the Illest Tribe member, so that's like the third tier for all the extended readings, or you can follow me on theillestilluminator.com. The link is in the description box below, and I'll hope to catch you there, or else just next week. Don't worry, I'm not leaving, and I'll see you soon. Take care.